country today. Today we're jumping into Fellow Travelers, Season 1, Episode 3. Is this a one and done? Is this a limited TV series? I don't see it written here as a limited series, which would let me know that we're going to get a Season 1, Season 2, etc., etc. I'm thinking that this is like a one and done TV show, but I could be wrong. If you guys know the answer to that, please feel free to comment down below. So far, this show is amazing. The first episode, I was kind of lost. There was so much sex in it. The first episode, honey, I was shocked. The second episode, I started getting more into the story and understanding where our characters are going, what is going on with these characters, and my emotions started to overwhelm me. And now we're getting into episode 3, and I'm super excited to do just that. If you guys would like to see this in a full reaction, y'all, you can. I promise you, you can. For the second and third tier here on this damn platform, I promise you, we'll copyright all my as well as my other platform, Patreon. So please join one of those platforms to be able to see this in this wonderful full reaction today. Now, if you could do me a huge favor, it's free. I promise you, it's free. Please hit that like button, share, and don't forget to comment down below. Now, without further ado, let's jump into Fellow Travelers and find out exactly what Fellow Travelers has got to give. Hey. Oh, what's up, Peach? He's dreaming this. Somebody is.
It's a road trip.
We need to change that bandage.
Yeah, I'll do it after my shower.
You're sure?
Thank you for dinner. I don't think she likes me.
Oh, she's exhausted. We both need a break.
I'm booked out of here early in the morning.
24 hours. That's a long way to travel for Chinese takeout.
We're moving to Milan. Finally got that European posting.
Read the room, sir. Literally.
All through dinner, I was wondering, why is he here?
Your sister thinks I want to ease my conscience.
You'll need a few centuries in purgatory to do that.
I'm Presbyterian. We skip purgatory. Go straight to hell.
It's Kaposi sarcoma. Some weird cancer. They say if you have lesions and PCP, it's a matter of months.
Have you had
PCP? Yes.
May I use your bathroom?
Through the kitchen.
We must beware of these communists and queers who are not worthy of the confidence of the American people.
Sure that your source is reliable. Don't want to destroy a man because he's made a mistake or two.
They destroy men for much less, sir.
Oh yeah, lately I can't get enough Beethoven.
It's Ravel tonight, and we don't want to miss the first movement. Are you going out of town?
Yeah, it's an old army friend. He's not doing well.
We're invited to Roger and Marie's Saturday. Did you forget?
What was that for?
Tolerating Ravel.
I feel like she always knew something.
Mad about the boy. Be mad about the boy.
A couple years ago, an Army corporal sent a letter to Senator Benton.
Big McCarthy critic.
Selling himself in Rehoboth Beach.
Nice place to spend a weekend. You going alone?
Few eyes on you down there.
On the house, handsome.
Wow. Handsome.
He walked out my door. Slammed it behind him, as I recall.
And not that you care, but you missed his birthday. He noticed.
Do these petitions supporting communist candidates contain your signature?
God bless you, son.
Yes. I signed them.
Belongs to a communist organization should be handling our nation's military supplies.
If this lachrymose display of emotion is intended to gain the committee's sympathy...
Is it true that your mother passed away yesterday?
Is it possible that your distress and your tears have been caused by that loss?
Mr. Laughlin. I see you've been demoted. Head water boy. Mr. Fuller? I need to speak with this young man on a very urgent matter of national security. Would you mind? I'm going away for the weekend.
I hope you enjoy yourself.
I will. If you join me.
That letter you made me write, Larry, was the ugliest thing I have ever done.
It was all for the best, wasn't it? I want to spend the weekend with you. Go back to the office, tell Dragon Lady you don't feel well. And happy birthday.
McCarthy's man. How's it going with the Italian communist?
His mother had just died.
Don't waste your pity on our enemies.
Christ says we should love our enemies. I don't feel well. I should go home.
that leaves me in a bit of a pickle. We have a big day.
early Monday and catch up. Sorry.
Love is Blind is the title of this show.
That's your goal.
No. Don't.
Don't expect to win a Pulitzer, but it's a paycheck. Don't you know I'm supposed to be the Jackie Robinson of journalism?
Come to our show tonight.
Okay, Prince.
Duke's a foggy bottom.
Those white squares love Stormy.
What would you scare me?
Well, for one, I'm not exactly like the suds you used to leave the bar with.
I'm a man who likes to fuck men. Sorry if that came out a little rough.
A little.
My dad was a drunk ex-boxer. I can handle myself.
Welcome to the famous Nomad Bar. What's it famous for? Cheap booze and rough trade.
Is this my birthday present?
It's more like an education.
Educate me.
All right. You feel safer out here. 100 miles between them and Hoover's agents and Cloud's spies. It's the risk that makes it exciting, Skippy.
Right, Skippy.
Do you find it exciting?
Oh, good job, Skip. Hey!
All right. Hey, I gotta take a little walk. What? Just an army friend next door. Bill and I are helping out. 20 minutes though. Sure, he has the goods.
He says he does.
Okay, he's not gonna go sleep with him.
Hey. You turn that off. Hey, snap out of it, Corporal. We need to talk.
Goofballs.
Goofballs.
Christ.
What's Goofballs?
Corporal Cherney. Hey. Here you get a story about McCarthy?
He knew he was caught, fellas, and his tears were clearly an admission of his guilt.
Senator
Lively
McCarthy.
there, Johnny.
Oh!
I need Roy, and he needs David, so...
Do you know how the East Coast elite refers to the three of you? Bonnie, and Clyde.
I assume I'm Clyde in that equation.
We can't control press, protected as they are by the common loving courts. 3 men leading the Christian crusade against communism. You, Rory, and David were all bachelors.
So people just getting married just to get married and not be gay.
You won't have to worry about David much longer.
Someone managed to get his draft status changed from 4F to 1A.
Mr. Shine is not qualified for a direct commission. I'm a man of power and influence.
What's wrong with his nose?
I tend to get what I want. If Mr. Shine is drafted, which I expect he will be, he'll be inducted and treated as any other soldier.
I can't be drafted.
Taking orders from the kinds of brutes that you see fighting on 14th Street that I wouldn't let shine my fucking shoes?
Go over Reba's head, all the way up to the Secretary of Defense, or Eisenhower, if I have to.
You always get what I want. Don't you dare mock me! You can't help a friend when he needs you the most. I have a date. Is this new girl? She will do anything for me. Anything that I ask.
Now, look at you drink. What is that?
Hello.
Back up. This has literally happened to me. I swear to God.
Anyone that leave you behind doesn't deserve to keep you. Sorry.
Now calm down, George W. Bush Sr.
What is it that we're looking for?
Hawk?
I love his little walk.
I don't like being spied on.
I don't like being abandoned.
I had some business. I didn't think it would take long, and then you and me could...
We could what? No, I want to be with you. Sleep in the same bed with you all night. I want to eat a meal with you, like other couples. We've never eaten in a restaurant. I could be your cousin.
Nephew.
Good afternoon. Checking in?
Hello.
You're up late tonight, huh?
You know what? We're pretending we're camping.
You okay? Hey, Jenny. Grandpa has to go, okay?
Huh?
No, I'm okay. Tell Grandma I called. Right. Love you.
Oh, get out! I'm gonna help you up, okay?
My legs buckled. In the shower. Scrape my elbow and dance.
You come here looking for forgiveness?
Because I don't have enough to give. I'm too angry to forgive anybody. I need to see you, Skippy.
You need an AIDS test.
I don't have any cuts in my hands.
I'm not talking about my blood. I'm talking about your life.
You have a reservation?
Yes, sir.
Let me see if I can find something for you. Just one moment, please. Congratulations on your birthday, sir.
Thank you. My uncle is treating me to dinner.
Don't overdo it, Skippy. You're not a convincing liar.
Maybe you should give me some lessons. How did you end up in the State Department?
Degree from Penn, a hero's war record, and a passing acquaintance with 3 languages. The makings of a competent, mid-level foreign service bureaucrat.
Sounds about right.
How does Lucy Smith see it?
I'm cutting you off.
Sing it to me like you do at home.
No, I can't.
Come on, it's our anniversary.
You always tell me, perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. I ask you over again. You always answer of me. Say yes, or if you don't, dear, confess.
Why are they getting claps? He's like, don't start. Why are you all so nosy? Get out their business.
May I ask what's the holdup?
I'm sorry for the delay. Fortunately, there's been an overbooking of reservations. We just don't have any more tables.
This is how you're dodging the desegregation laws? Overbooking reservations? I don't want to waste my money in this alley dump anyway.
Marcus, what's going on?
He goes, or you both go. Fine with me, we're overrun with fags tonight.
What are you trying to say?
Come on. Let's get off of me. Come on.
To them, I'm just another Negro walking around Foggy Bottom, but you had to come out and make it worse.
You're upset because he called us fags in front of all those good paying white folks.
They called you one! Cover yourself up. Get out of the street before you get yourself arrested.
I need my stuff.
Walk me back to the club.
Look at that.
I embarrassed you.
I can't have this.
I know. You can't have this. You'd rather be with one of the guys from the Nomad. One of the rough trade you find so exciting. At the bar, I kissed a man. He wanted me.
Oh, shit.
You want me to be rough trade?
Oh! Not rough trade.
Hit me.
Hit him. Oh, he... Ain't no way, somebody gonna slap shit at me.
Keep looking at me.
I'd be so scared. This downtown is out of control. You ain't tidy. What is?
Everything. Who do you belong to?
You.
C-O-H-N. Do you not read the Washington Post? It's an urgent matter concerning G. David Shine, Chief Consultant to the Senate Subcommittee.
He knows that thing.
Thanks for this, Ma. I was a year old and I wasn't pretty enough. You had to fix my nose? You fixed it all right.
Guilty verdict. Oh, go ahead. Don't scare the shit out of me. You have the power in the pen. You could just write a horrible thing about them.
It was surreal, knowing you've put your life on the line for persons who see no value in it. Lie. Like President Eisenhower's declaration of a desegregated D.C. Promises are great when they are upheld. But how long do we wait for these promises to be fulfilled?
I led a squad of 4 men in the push to liberate Velletri. I got pinned down by a Krupp K5. When they fired the K5, you could count the seconds after the boom to know when it was going to hit. By the time they got to us, 2 of my men were dead. I needed a couple surgeries. Mostly because my head that was screwed up. Senator Smith took care of me. He didn't let anyone come near me till I got my thinking straight.
So now you do things for him.
Yeah. Necessary things.
Would you read this? I need your opinion. The words just kept coming.
Oh, I can tell. I don't mean to sound like a prima donna, but where am I?
That's not a fight I can win right now. No editor would run that story. It's all folks see.
When I was a kid, no one noticed me. But the first time I went full drag to a club, people noticed. They looked at me.
I'm looking at you.
My car is waiting downstairs. I told you that I'm going to New York.
So you did. Found testimony on at least a dozen military personnel with communist ties working out of Fort Monmouth. Security risks allowed to work so closely the inner workings of our own military. Unable to identify subversives working under their own goddamn noses. Either way, I think the Army needs to be investigated. If it turns out that the Army command is riddled with commies, I'll smoke them out. They won't dare to touch you. We have a lot of work to do.
McCarthy noticed I like bourbon. At some point he says he wants to see the town. Ended up getting a room in a motor hotel. Kept on drinking. The senator performed sodomy on me. Wasn't my first time. I'm not proud of it.
I'm not judging you.
I was stationed in Fort Campbell and he said he could get me transferred to a base closer to home. My mother was alone. Next thing I know, the FBI's breaking down my door saying I'm going to prison for making threats. I didn't throw to no one. They said they were going to tell my mother what I was. I begged them not to. She was sick. I told her anyway.
Bill said you have evidence.
He said you have money.
You're supposed to count the money first before you give him anything. I guess she doesn't.
Take care of yourself.
Damn.
Are we going now?
Yeah. I have to get back.
Sneaking down the stairs, lying.
You and me, we lie about who we sleep with. I know it hurts you. Because you're good. But the lying gets easier. Because you have no choice.
Not who we sleep with.
What?
It's who we love.
Won't be long, Tim.
Castro Mission Health Center.
They know you.
Opening on Friday.
I worked here. Before.
I nursed my kids through measles, mumps.
Not a good idea.
How long? What, a week?
Skippy.
Wait, give me a chance.
A chance to do what?
To fuck it up again.
You sure?
No. I'm not sure of anything anymore.
Have unearthed a trail of dangerous espionage activity. My subcommittee will immediately reconvene to get to the bottom of this scandal. We'll do what it takes to protect the security of every American citizen. Soon, you will be addressing Miss Kerr as Mrs. McCarthy, as we are engaged to be married.
Do you have a regular sexual partner?
Yes.
Have you had a sexually transmitted disease in the past year?
No.
In the past 6 months, have you had sex with another man?
Yes.
Penetrative?
Yes. With condoms.
What is the frequency of these sexual contacts?
I don't know, 4 times a year.
Wow.
With the same partner?
Not if I can help it.
That's not a good answer. I want to see the needle, y'all. Oh. Yeah, well, I still kind of have tears in my eyes, y'all. This was an amazing episode. This was a 10 out of 10. It was hitting, got hit. So there's a lot of characters in this show, and I feel like they're all effing main characters. Generally, you know, a main character is 1 or 2, but there's so many characters, and I love it. But I pulled up my character list here, which I don't ever do. I don't write notes, y'all. So those people who are new to this platform, howdy ho, Winslow. But one thing I know, and 2 things for certain, I don't write no notes. So it's just all up in here. But I definitely just wanted to get the characters correctly as I go through a quick feel of this episode. There was a lot of feelings and a lot of conclusions that I brought to current day atmosphere in the LGBT community. Hawkins and Frankie Hines. Okay, so these 2 characters are military men and dealt with a war, and they both have to go through life dealing with being gay and also dealing with different elements in their life that makes them who they are. So Hawkins being I guess he said he was a leader, right? He was a leader in this platoon that he was in. I believe that's what he said, because he always says he lost 2 of his men. So I'm assuming right there that he was obviously like a leader. Regardless, he lost 2 of his men to not companions, but 2 teammates. That leaves a toll on you. That also shows why he's super aggressive as well. sometimes it's personality, but also it deals with circumstances that you're in, the frustration that you have to hide who you are in life. And also, if you notice, Frankie Hines, that's who it is, right? Yes, Frankie Hines also is an angry character, but he kind of suppresses it a little bit more than Hawkins. And Hawkins suppresses it pretty well to face value. But Hawkins, dealing with what he's in, like being with the senators and stuff like that, you know, he's going through a lot, and he's trying to pay back, I guess, Senator Wesley Smith, or is it David Shine? I think David Shine is right. David Shine is actually the one that Hawkins is with, like working with. But now we learned more about Hawkins and everything that was going on with him, and how when he came back, who was helping him like get better. And now I understand why his loyalty is with so much with, is it Senator Smith? Hold on, I don't even know. This is why I don't do notes, y'all. I think that David Shine is definitely the person that he works. Like he works for, child, I don't know. Let me not, this is why I don't do notes, y'all, because I have to like try to get the note, the child, forget it. So Hawkins doing what he did and bringing Tim, or Skippy to this vacation, was more really also for him to get what he needed to get on McCarthy, which is crazy that McCarthy also is over there sleeping with men. I forgot what his nickname was. It is what, Mr. Hands touch a lot or something like that. Mr. Hands can't keep off, as you saw when he smacked that guy's ass, which is kind of crazy as well. Maybe because they do that in sports, and I'm sure they did it back in the, no, do they do that back in the day? They're just smacking people's asses, that everybody was just like, oh, okay, whatever. But I'm assuming that his secretary, McCarthy's secretary, the lady, maybe thinks that McCarthy is kind of, you know what I mean, but her loyalty to him, maybe that's why now they're engaged to get married, to destroy that that feeling that everybody's starting to talk about them, because they could get arrested as well. They made these rules about being arrested if you're gay, but they're gay as well. So now, you know, they're trying to break up that establishment. And also, what a and let's take a moment and laugh about how these people are Catholic, Christians, whatever they are, and they're just marrying people not for love or anything like that, and the sanctity of marriage itself, but because they're trying to hide something. And also the women seem to be part of this as well. It also seems that Lucy also knew the whole time, that I'm getting, that Hawkins was also gay, but she married him as well. Maybe to, you know, to squash whatever rumor. She didn't want Hawkins arrested as well, because her and Hawkins have had a history since them being kids. So it's just very strange. Now, Skippy, it runs on emotion. He's clearly a water sign. Shout out to all the water signs. But he still seems, Skippy acts like there isn't a chance of even him being arrested, but he's in love. And there's been so many signs that Skippy needed to leave Hawkins where he was. There's so many, not even signs, honey. These are freaking words thrown in his face. If he could get slapped with how many times that it shows that Hawkins is not a good guy for him at this moment at all. And there's reasons why Hawkins is the way he is. I'm not bashing Hawkins for being the way he is, but if Tim or Skip could just have walked away, it would have been better for him. It would have been better for him. I'm starting to feel that Skippy got AIDS from Hawkins because Hawkins couldn't control himself. And him being married right now as an older man and admitting that he's been sleeping with men, 3 to 4 men, and hoping, you know, not keeping the same person active, he's just still doing the same thing. And now he's putting his wife in jeopardy. Although he's using a condom, that does not matter. So, plus the sanctity of marriage is also a laughable offense here as well. We also seen with another character We went to Lesbian Lady. We didn't see her. I actually really like that actress. I wanted to see her. So Roy Cohn also was a gay man, and he seems to be in love with a straight man. And a straight man, I don't know if they ever did anything, but a straight man definitely knows that Roy Cohn is all about him. And I have to say, for me, I'm always attracted to men that are, anytime I ever got, every relationship I've ever been in has been a bisexual man or a man when I was younger, a man that is DL. So this lifestyle, I'm very familiar with. I'm very familiar with when I'm dealing with a DL man, which I don't do anymore. I might have a crush on a man that is straight, but I don't ever cross any boundaries clearly. Or they say they're straight. But there's just so much in here that everybody's a DL. So you have Frankie, who was so nasty and rude to the drag queen as well. I couldn't even deal with that. He left, what was the drag queen's name? I don't want to mess up their names, y'all. I could have swore Frankie Hines was the drag queen, but I'm assuming it's Frankie Hines is not. And I don't, Marcus. Who's Marcus? There's so many names. Let me break it down this way. Because I hope I'm not mixing these names, these characters with each one. So I'd rather just not follow this because I'm kind of nervous. I'm just messing up people's names. So the black military author who went to the white establishment, which we already knew was going to be a bad idea, but he went to the white establishment. And also, how strange is that there is you could be arrested for being gay, but the white establishment let drag queens perform, but then it didn't want black people in, but the drag queen was black or Latino. How interesting. It's just so interesting how things are. But regardless, the drag queen, if I was a drag queen, I still, and I don't want to be offensive, if this is offensive, but just saying drag queen, I just don't remember the character's name. But if that was me, I would be like, oh, you don't want to walk me back? Oh, you want to throw this jacket at me? Oh, holy hell. Yeah, it would have been up and it would have been stuck, all the way stuck. But I guess, listen, different time. This is a different time. And as much as things have changed, as much as things have stayed the same, because there are so many people in this community that still have to hide for whatever reasons that they do hide. And also, the ones that we saying that faggots this and faggots that, you queer, people don't really say queer. They think that faggots like something that will be cutting our core, like girl bye. But the ones that be saying that the most are definitely the ones that be playing in it, okay? They be having that rainbow flag. They be taking this rainbow flag away from me and be like, I got it. So I don't even listen to people who are like that. And here's another thing. For those that are, sorry, not looking at the camera. For those that are minorities and also gay, we have like a double-edged sword, because especially in the black community, you being black, people look at you because you're black, and those that are racist are looking at just your skin color and hating you for your skin color. You even have minorities that hate you because of your skin color, other minorities, right? Now you're gonna add in gay. So then you have gay, people who hate gays, right? Some people just don't even care about the skin color. You're just a gay person, so they don't even like you for that. Then in our own community, you have the LGBT community that are either whites or other minorities that don't like blacks. I'll speak for blacks. I know personally. There's a club I went to. Should I drop names? Maybe not. But there was, and I don't do clubs or bars anymore anyways, but this is a little bit 5 years ago or so, that I went to, and it was filled with other minorities. They were actually primarily it was whites and Asians, and I went to over here in New York City in Hell's Kitchen, and I went there, and I'm telling you, the faces me and my friends got, you would think we were rolling in the mud, darling. You would think that we were just the dirtiest people. And then I went to another establishment, which wasn't far from that establishment, which was mostly Asians and whites, to another establishment, which when we walked in, it was mostly white folks. And they were playing their Britney Spears and their Christina Aguilera, honey. And they were looking at us like we were from a new planet. We ordered drinks at the bar. It took us forever to get drinks. And then we did get our drinks. We were drinking juice. And we tried to make a complaint, like, can you please give us more? They would charge us extra on top of that. And then they told us that if we don't like it, we could leave. Like, I'm telling you, and this wasn't that long ago. And this is in New York City, a very blue state where you would think, and you would also think that our own community wouldn't be so nasty to our own community. Don't let all of that fool you about love is love, because it does happen in our very own community. The stereotypes that are placed on minority LGBT youth, or just people in general. But moving back to the show, it was when we saw Skippy fall in the bathtub and he started bleeding, my heart broke. My heart broke, it broke. I don't know anybody, I've said it before, I don't know anybody with AIDS, but I did have a best friend who me and him hung out all the time. I talk about him all. I mentioned him in another show. I forgot what show I was watching, but I mentioned him, and me and him were best friends like this. We used to do the most ratchet in clubs, y'all, and he let me know he later on, we kept hanging out and stuff like that. He let me know he had HIV. He contracted HIV, and we also worked together. And I remember bawling my eyes out. He told me in a club. I bawled my eyes out at the club. Then I remember going back to work, and he was gone for months from work. And then he wasn't answering his phone calls and stuff like that. At that very moment, we just no longer were friends. I was reaching out to him. And still to this day, we've had a small communications over 10 years ago, but we never were the same again. And I try to give him his space and deal with that, and I wanted to be there for him, just like Hawkins is now being there for Skippy. But I can only imagine you getting sick and you not knowing what to do, and the feeling of depression and stuff like that. I could only imagine what he was feeling like, and he just blocked me completely out. He blocked all of us out. But I hope he's doing well. I wish I could get a contact with him. I don't know his number. I'm having a moment. But regardless, this episode hit me on multiple fronts, because also my ex-fiance is in the military. So I understand in dealing with that as well. And my ex-fiance was not even out the whole damn time. I think to a few people he was out as bisexual. But so I understand this story. I understand what's going on. I understand the violence. I understand the upset. I understand where Skippy's coming through when he starts crying and he breaks down. He just wants to be loved, and Hawkins can't give him the fulfillment that he needs because of what Hawkins' position is. Hawkins himself is not secure, as well as the black writer as well. And they all seem to be dom tops. They all got an issue. It's just, and also, another thing, a key to the gag, to the lemons, to the squeeze, of the juices is, and still presently to this moment, is people who are tops or active, a lot, not all, I'm not speaking for all, but a lot of dom tops feel like if they are like the top and they only do certain things, that they're not considered gay. So when the writer, when the white guy called them fags and stuff like that, I felt like that was another hidden, like he's a top, you know what I mean? You also even mentioned, I'm a man that likes to fuck other men. Also putting down other men who are more feminine still happens in the community. Within our own community, we will discriminate against ourselves, y'all. I wish we just get better. I'm telling you, as much as the past has changed, as much as it has remained the same, it is sad. And me watching this in all of its glory, great show. but I'm just taking it all in and being like, damn, what has really changed? What has changed? Just like when Eisenhower said to desegregate. You know, let me tell y'all, sometimes this tongue twister. And to do that, and you see clearly they found another method, another way to keep things separate from whites from blacks by doing the reservations. You still see that. It still freaking happens today, y'all. It's sad. It is sad. I'm trying to find something positive. The men are sexy. The writing is everything. There's some positivity. It's a very good love story, but it's true. It happens. It still happens. And I just wish, as a community as a whole, we see these shows and not just say, yeah, we love these shows. Not just our community, people, the allies as well. Then you'll see these shows and I'll be like, this was a great show. And then we put it in our back pocket and we just continue on to carry on and push on like we just didn't see something. All of these shows and movies that are based on not just the LGBT plus community, but other things as well, is really a teaching experiment. Stuff like this, movies like these, or TV shows like these. And it's to see, like, can we learn as humans? Can we learn, take what we're watching, see how bad it was then, and see if we could change it the way it is now? And so far, as many as there are people that are out there that are doing good, it doesn't take that many bad people to F shit up. So I know that when I watch shit like this and I see what people who paved the road for my community prior to me and what they went through, I know that when I go out there in these streets or even have a conversation with just anybody, I just show respect, you know, to everybody, you know. And in my community, I know how hard the older LGBT plus community had it when they were younger. And there's just nothing but respect on my end. There's nothing but respect on my end. But love this episode, love this show. It is a very complex show, which would lead to us having a lot of conversations and breaking down what we see. And hopefully, we can do just that respectfully and just, you know, learn. I'm all about learning. So once again, guys, thank you so much for being here. If you would like to see the Cinephobe reaction, of course you can. Once again, join on the platforms here on Patreon on the YouTube side of things. Please hit that like button, share, and don't forget to comment down below. If you guys are not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, as well as that notification bell so you know when I drop all of my content, because if I drop more than once, I think, 3 times a day, which I do sometimes, you will not get notifications. Sometimes you'll get a notification once and then I'll drop more and nobody knows. So please hit that notification bell, guys. It does get annoying sometimes. Sorry! But it will let you guys know when I do drop more reactions. Hair flip. And I'll see you guys next time with more fellow travelers.